that William Hill served us up, where he had all these Arsenal fans doing little penalties and everything. Like some of them couldn't even kick a ball. They couldn't even kick a ball. They look the part, but they couldn't even kick a ball. And I'm not talking about the women. That's a sort of shit that they basically put in our midst. All these guys are contrived agents who are briefed what to say.
It's WWE, man.
Say that. Don't say this. We know for a fact that AFTV were briefed before they went into the press conference this season. So that's toxic positivity. That's controlled. Like I said, viewpoints within a controlled environment.
No, we have to. The bottom line is, right, we have to have success next season.
How do we do that? Because that's what, like DJB, because you touched on it, like this comment is saying, because I think you're going to get into it. Let's talk about what we need to be able to get over the line.
We need a manager. Well, as I said before, the buck stops whoever the manager. The buck stops on. He picks the team. He sets the tactics. He tells how the players have got to play. So you can only look at the manager. Yeah, there's going to be players that'll have off games, and you're thinking, he's out of form and that's out of form. But the simple matter is, he's got to be a little bit more ruthless. He's got to be braver. His in-game management has got to be more on it, and he's got to make big decisions at the right times. You can't get to a semi-final of a Champions League and you're looking for him to make big changes. You're looking at players to, come off the wing and perhaps play more central, and you're looking at Odegaard to stop getting isolated and moving perhaps more central. You're looking at things to be different. And what does he come out with? Party taking long throw-ins and players being pushed away by Raya because he wants to boot it 30 yards. Listen, that's not me having a go at Arteta. That's fans seeing it with their own eyes. You don't need to be an Arteta in or an Arteta out to know the tactics that were played. Look at it against Man United in the FA Cup. He never changed anything. Man United could have sat there till now and would have got a draw. He didn't change anything. Carabao Cup, Newcastle. Didn't change a thing. Didn't change it. Was, the second leg, we were passing. They were just sitting back. They was hitting us on the break. And these are the things that he's got to have learned. He has to learn by his mistakes. He's got to find ways to break low blocks down. He's got to find ways to change it up. And I think I don't think he can do it. I honestly don't think he can do it. I think he's very set in his ways. I think it's his way or no way.
Yeah.
I think the players have become too predictable.
Robotic.
I think they've become robotic. I think it's too predictable. And that is just my opinion. It's no hate against Arteta. It's just what I see. And that's why I said...
They're valid points, because...
He's reached his ceiling and he's passed his sell-by date. He should have gone. But we're with him, so we've got to wait and see and get behind the team. That's all we can do.
The fact is, come the Man United game on Sunday, the mainstream media are going to be musing that. They are going to say the manager's under pressure to win something. And they are going to look at the acquisition of Gyökeres, and they're going to say things. Obviously, no doubt, the usual suspects who think they speak for the club are going to say, "Oh, Sky hate Arsenal, BBC hate Arsenal, Match of the Day hate Arsenal, referees hate Arsenal." Whenever Arsenal do something, they take the mickey out of our celebrations when we win the match. Oh, they got in for us. All that sort of silliness. When I always say, under George Graham, when the media were having a go at us, we had the currency, trophies. In the first 10 years under Arsene Wenger, especially when people were talking about dirty Arsenal, talking about the amount of selling officers we had under Arsene Wenger, we're talking the late 90s, early 2000s. What was that currency? Trophies and a great team.
On the way to get it done, man.
So when people slagging Arsenal off, all I had to do was just go on a Saturday and watch us smash teams. And at the end of the season, it's highly likely that I was watching us win the FA Cup or watching us win the league. That was my currency, and that was my defence. My shield. Unfortunately, we're only going to shut up the haters if we start winning things regularly and we start.
Some Arsenal fans need to stop biting that external influence. I know it's annoying, but
but you know why they bite is because they know that if they're the first people to comment, they're the first people that not only for start they'll be the first people reviewed, but what they really, really want is the prize of the Blue Peter badge for being the best Arsenal fan.
Seen as the Oracle.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just got to win.
Damn. Well,
just got to win.
And it has to start on Wednesday. Well, Wednesdays. It definitely wouldn't be on Sunday.
It starts on Wednesday when PSG thrash Tottenham.
Well, we just got. I bet Tottenham take it to extra time.
Good for us, man. More minutes in the legs for their players, as long as PSG still win.
Is it 90 minutes or penalties? Or was there extra time today?
No, is there?
Surely it's got to have extra. Surely it's got to have extra time.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Charity should have extra time.
Yeah, but the Super Cup serious, a lot more serious. I think I'd
rather the Super Cup than the Charity Shield.
I know what you mean, but that's 5 major European trophies that they win tonight.
It must be. No, less said that, Kenny, man. Stop that Spurs stuff, man.
I'm just being honest.
It's another great.
I'm not on that. This is the second week in a row Kenny's been doing propaganda for Spurs. Man.
I don't do propaganda for Spurs. I say as it is because the fact
they win the Super Cup, parade,
Arsenal fans, some Arsenal fans, they still got that kind of they got the sort of early teens, pre-teens love for the club, where everything we do is brilliant. Even if when we're 5th, we're the best team in the country. When we're 17th, we're the best team in the country. When we win the FA Cup, we're still the best. We're still the best cup team. There's no critique towards Arsenal, and we're all like that when we're younger. We never critiqued Arsenal. We just thought it was the best, even though deep down we didn't. But as we grow up and as we watch a lot of football and analyse it, we realise that some teams do it better than us, and we can do that.
But too many fans got blinders on. We're in a world now where any bit of praise or criticism, you're doing agendas. There's no
fans. You've met them anyway. There's a lot of old school fans who have this sort of mantra that they will put nonsense and garbage on their sort of Twitter handles, all sorts of nonsense that makes sense only to them. Mine is Martian in it. They'll talk about a fan is a fan and a supporter is a supporter, and to support is blah blah blah, and it's nothing that's seen.
Nobody blindly.
I don't interfere, but during the Wenger years, you had a lot of people put a lot of rubbish, men and women, talking about the difference between a fan and supporter on their Twitter handle, rather than saying that Arsenal through and talking about themselves. They wanted to show what great supporters we are. Well, you've got a lot of old school fans who go to games and say, right, if you say anything against Arsenal, they jump on you. If you don't back Arteta, they jump on you. They think that because Arteta's Arsenal manager, I'm going to back whoever's in charge.
You should back him. That doesn't mean blindlessly and not being free for.
They refuse. They refuse to call themselves. Yeah, but they refuse to call themselves Arteta-ins. They will come out with this clever, flowery language of saying, "Yeah, I back whoever's in charge," or this player.
Again, think.
Yeah, but what they're saying is that me and DJB aren't proper Arsenal fans because we question Mikel Arteta and we question.
It's all right. It's not like you have season tickets.
No, for them, it's not allowed. It's not allowed.
No,
it's not allowed.
You got to question. You have to question when things are not going right. You have to question. And I mean, I'm hearing a lot of nonsense now about it's not about winning trophies. It's about the occasion and it's about enjoying it. And it's not football's about.
So when are we going to enjoy 1-2 trophies?
Listen. Owners don't spend millions of pounds on football clubs. Managers don't go and spend millions of pounds on football players. Football players don't play football not to win anything. They play to win. Simple as that. And I'm telling you now, we've been talking about we can't get players out the door. If we don't win anything next season, there'll be players going out the door. and there'd be Saka going, Saliba would be going, Rice would be going. All these men will be going if we don't start winning trophies. It's all right saying about the likes of Fabio Vieira and players like that, because Saka, believe me, Saka ain't going to be another Harry Kane. That's like he was at Tottenham.
No,
if Saka ain't got a gold medal round his neck of some sort, he'd be looking to move on. Trust me.
And I always say people don't like for those that say all of that stuff that we've been talking about. You clearly don't rate Arteta.
There's a lot of fan base don't like to hear it. They like to wash it under the carpet and live in the moment. Oh, it's all right at the moment. Yeah, it's fine at the moment. We've got Zubamendi and we've got this one and they've got the other
bliss, man.
Which is great at the moment. It's like when we beat Man City 5-1. At that moment, brilliant. Real Madrid at that moment, brilliant. But long term, what can we do now? What can we do now? Because honestly, people are saying, oh, we don't want an FA Cup, don't want a Carabao Cup. Well, that's fine. But you tell Saka when he's not won anything. You go and tell Saliba.
You tell any footballer when their career's done, because people really fail to understand that any footballers don't win anything in their careers.
The whole reason why he left West Ham was to win trophies, and he hasn't won any trophies. You go and tell
he's won something at West Ham, not here, which needs to change.
This is what I'm saying. So, I mean, it's all right looking now and looking at the moment now and looking into things now. But I'm telling you now, football ain't just a day out. Otherwise, owners wouldn't spend millions of pounds on football clubs. Managers wouldn't be getting paid tens of millions of pounds to run.
And DJB, do you know what smacks it? Just all people got to do, they can say all of that stuff. Just listen to what Arteta says. Him, rightly or wrongly, the man himself says, "I'm not happy with second. I want to win." So where are we at with it?
You know, something's extraordinary, right? You talked about day outs. Since lockdown, when Boris Johnson and his scientists stopped us from having a normal life, we haven't had a day out. We haven't even had an FA Cup semi-final at Wembley.
No, exactly. This is what I'm saying, Kenny. It's got to stop. The players ain't even gone down Wembley. This current team, Saka was on the bench the last time we won the FA Cup. Tierney was the only survivor, and we let him go for free. Who, by the way, was our only natural left back, and now we haven't got a left back. You make that make sense? I can't. You let a natural left back go out the club for free, and yet you're struggling to sell left backs that are not left backs. Make it make sense. But anyway, right. What I'm trying to say is none of these current team that he has built, and I'm not talking Zubamendi and Gorkarez and all of that because they've only just joined. But the actual team from last season before, none of them have tasted success with his football team. None of them have even gone to Wembley.
And everything we've been doing has been geared towards doing that.
Everything has been trust the process, phases. Trust the process, phases.
No, I think it's a big. I think the process is over. I said the process was over in the process was over in the first game of the season against Crystal Palace in 2022 when we beat them, where it was clear as night as day that something was happening in the club. Something good was happening. But right now, that process is definitely over now, because
the process was over last summer. We've established ourselves twice as Premier League challengers.
Yeah, but it's over now because at the end of the day, Mikel.
Quest.
Yeah, but the problem is that I think the thing is with Arsenal is that the problem position for Mikel Arteta is different from the problem position for us. We're saying the process is over because the problem position we've identified collectively was striker. We now got one, so that's when the process is over. Mikel Arteta's problem position's always been winger,
and he's an established manager now, Kenny. None of this. Oh, he's learning his trade. Oh, he's still learning. 7 years in the manager's duty. He's now an established manager.
He's a seasoned manager now.
You ain't even got that excuse that he's new to he's learning his trade. No, he's
a seasoned manager. But he's been in two title challenges, plus he's been in a Champions League semi-final. That's a seasoned manager.
Yeah. So there's no more
from your own mistakes now, man.
There's no more process now. No excuses. No processes. Don't want to hear about injuries. Don't want to hear about red cards. Don't want to hear about
right, mate.
No more excuses now. Starts on Sunday against Man United. We hit the ground running. Every game's a cup final. And the pure and simple matter is we've got to win silverware. If we don't win silverware, players are going to start going out the door, and the first player that should be going out the door, or the first person that should be going out the door if we don't win anything, is the manager. 100%.
Right, so that it's not unreasonable to say that, because the simple reason is that the pressure.
He's had long enough.
He's had long enough to to get us over the line.
And I think it's fair, because I'll tell you, you've shown us some good stuff. You've made this realistic for us to expect getting over the line.
Yeah.
So it's time.
Well, we saw what happened. We saw what happened with Arsene Wenger.
You don't keep a car that keeps breaking down.
Yeah, but you remember Arsene Wenger when we didn't actually notice it at first, that we were actually going for a long trophy drought until it got to the 6th year. We went, oh shit, we haven't won anything. Because do you remember that season in 2010, 2011 when he took the League Cup seriously? He started playing, really strong teams from the quarterfinals onwards, and then Birmingham happened, where it was where, let's not talk about Birmingham, but that was the season when he was really taking it seriously, because we began
the first time since 2006 I cried over Arsenal.
And then it got to 9 years. Well,
crazy.
We're a better team, on paper, in terms of our results, not in terms of a footballing ability, but in terms of our results and in terms of the way we play. We're a better team on paper than some of those Wenger teams were in those 9 years without trophies.
Let's be real. This period, we've had one of the best squads and certain individuals of the Emirates era, but there's nothing to remember them by.
Yeah, but next season, it's going to be 6 years. And then we're going to go into our 7th year without silverware.
Yeah, it can't carry on, man. It can't carry on. Not when you got Chelsea winning trophies, Spurs winning trophies.
Present, man.
Liverpool manager just walks through the door first season winning trophies. Can't carry on. Even West Ham have won a trophy. Do you know what I mean?
It's a major European trophy, because UEFA said so.
Yeah, you can't carry on, man. You can't.
And to be fair, if we had stronger European history, or if Arteta could get us a champs more so, I want us to win the Prem. I wonder if the Cronkies are looking at that Club World Cup, the new one, because he's bringing in some money.
DJB, in 4 years' time, a club of our size has to be involved in the Club World Cup from a financial point of view, in order to put us on the map.
Too much money being missed out on.
You Chelsea. The only reason why Liverpool were not invited is because they didn't want too many English clubs in there, but they would have been there. We weren't considered.
And our European history as a European football club has got to change, man, in European competition. Our European record in Europe is absolutely diabolical, and that has to change. That has to change. And that's why I want the champs more than the Prem.
Yeah, I want the champs more than the Prem.
I want the champs more than the Prem, because our European history, it will change our European history. B, it will just put to bed all of this nonsense about champions of Europe. You'll never sing that.
Oh my days.
That's embarrassing.
We can eat at the top table with all the other clubs. Until then,
and we can be unbearable. I'll be so unbearable.
We're European pretenders. We're pretenders. We're European pretenders. We just pretend.
Can't disagree.
We haven't even won the UEFA Cup.
That's why if the manager doesn't deliver this season, get me a manager that can be successful with his football club in Europe. But it's not a criticism. It's just a fact. What's wrong with that?
Is it embarrassing though that when we were in the UEFA Cup, we were the biggest named team in that competition, and we couldn't even get that over the line?
No, he failed in that as well. And, it's just ridiculous. There's too much evidence of failure than what there is success. Because finishing runners-up is not success. Not being knocked out of the Champions League semi-final is not success. But I can tell you the failure.
Some clubs, but we're at the point where it's not.
I can tell you the failure. Losing the semi-final is failure. Not winning a cup is failure. And this is where it's come to. So we have to change it next season, my friends. We've got to change it.
Pressure. You've got to think about the bigger picture. If you're an Arsenal Football Club and the pressure's too hot for you, then you need to go into probably a more colder climate.
Don't do the job.
And that's the thing, because I think everyone in the football club, from the fans to the players and the manager, should embrace this pressure. We should have been doing this. We should have been like this. Well, we're like this at the 11th hour. We should have been like this season after season. we shouldn't even allow fans to have the audacity to tell us that you're spoiled, you're entitled. How dare you tell a club, fans who support the third biggest club in the country, that they're entitled?
What we had to spoil us,
and they're spoiled. How dare
if anything,
you?
we're hungry.
You can tell Crystal Palace fan that. You can tell like a West Ham fan that. You can tell any other club outside the top three there. But you can never tell an Arsenal fan, a Liverpool fan, a Man United fan that they're entitled and that they're spoiled. How dare you? How dare you call yourself a big club? How dare you, of course, laugh at Tottenham and say you look at small club?
No, we're always going to laugh at Spurs, regardless. We're laughing at Spurs. Anyway, man, stop doing the Spurs PR, man.
My biggest game is Sunday, DG, not Spurs, man.
I know. No, 100%. United is the one I always look at.
Guys, if you're an Arsenal fan and you're telling an Arsenal fan that they're spoiled and entitled, don't you dare call us a big club.
It's gaslighting. Because it doesn't fit in with the agendas where someone just made their bed so they have to lie in it. For me, I'm at the stage where everything should be up for debate until we get over the line. Because for me, the biggest thing is when it's all said and done, because everyone's got the answers. I always say everyone's got the answers. What about the questions, really and truly? Like for me, the last 3 years, when it's all said and done, and I remove my emotion from the players and the managers, there's been 3 years we've come second. Why is that the case? Whatever you need to learn from those 3 years to make it fourth time lucky, go and do it. And if you can't, decisions have to be made, man.
100%. And if you can't do it,
that's fair.
Then you move on. Move on. And we try again. This is what's going to happen. Because you have to look in. We're finished runners up. We've come close to the Champions League. We to the final. If you ain't going to make it happen now, if you can't go one step further, then bring me in someone that can.
Guys, the good news is the Champions League finals in Budapest.
There you go. All right, Kenny. Me and you can meet up. We'll be there.
Hey, you know what?
Arsenal v Chelsea.
It'll be so much few Arsenal fans going. I'll definitely going to get a ticket. I would have got a ticket anyway.
Here's a question, right? Here's a question. Here's a question. Spurs go further than Arsenal in the Champions League, and we end up winning nothing. What do you do with the manager then?
He's got.
Come on. That you just answered your question. Thomas
Frank ain't got pedigree in Europe, man. Now I'm worried about Spurs and champs.
You don't think so?
I mean, we ain't got pedigree, but it's new terrain for him and a couple of their players.
All right.
I am a bit not nervous about Spurs, but they're going to be better defensively.
DG, uncomfortable truth. Pound per pound, when Spurs have been in the Champions League, arguably they've had better results and gone further.
Great stuff. We've both been to the same final when we ain't been to one since
Champions League. Compared to our regular appearances, they've pound per pound done better than us in the Champions League.
Amazing stuff. I haven't seen